Hi, Angel. Happy Thursday or happy whatever day of the week you happen to watch this replay. My name is Tasha. I am live on two platforms right now. I am live on YouTube and I'm also streaming live on Instagram, which is a very first for me. So if you see me looking either direction, it's because I have my cell phone to the right of me and then I'm here on YouTube, and I hope that there's no skipping. I have my connection directly. I have this cable directly in plugged into like the router or whatever. So hopefully there's no skipping here. Usually I introduce myself. So let me do that for anybody who might be here for the first time or watching the replay for the first time. My name is Tasha. I am a wife to an amazing husband. I'm a mother of 3 boys, and my husband and I are on a journey towards financial freedom. But on this channel, I talk about personal finance, more specifically, leading up to budgeting, managing money, tracking expenses, all of those things. And so with that in mind, just note that every Thursday I go live just to talk about personal finance related topics. And some of the topics are viewer inspired, some of the topics are viewer requested. So I'm trying my best to not only stay consistent with this, but also to stay relevant. So I want the audience, I want the community that we're building here to know that you are not alone wherever you are on your financial journey, whether you're still in the debt repayment phase, whether you're on a journey to building wealth by investing or owning property, wherever you are, we all go through certain things in our mind with money, which is why this channel is called Mind Your Money. It's a place where you can freely express yourself, and I will freely express myself. I share our personal budget here just because I feel like there's someone out there, or there may be more women out there who need encouragement to stay the course with their money, with budgeting, with managing it, with doing all they can to get it together. So I want to shout out Mandy, who's here really quickly. She's a member of the channel. I really appreciate you. I truly do. Thank you so much for contributing financially to the channel, because I know you found some value here. So I appreciate that. And I want to say, hey, Tiffany's in the building from Cash Locks and Life. I appreciate you. I see Angel. Hey, Desiree. Desiree's here. And Angel, how are you? I saw that and I had to make sure I was on the right platform. Yeah, for the first time, I am live on IG. So again, thank you for Latin Budget. I see Latin Budget is there, so I'm going to wave at you. I've never been live on IG before, so this is my first time, and I'm doing it both places. So I'm just trying something out, and I'm stretching myself a little bit. I'm definitely coming out of a shell. But this live today is all about things that we need to stop doing with our money, right? And I have a list of things. I write things down, true to fashion. All the ideas I had, all the thoughts I had based on my experience, I want to share with you, because again, I know that I'm not the only one who has felt a certain way with their money, whether it's anxiety, fear, nervousness. If you're wondering, how do I build wealth? How do I even start budgeting? Where do I start? Because I don't want to look at my debt. I don't want to look at my bank statement. I don't know how to use a credit card responsibly, or I'm always overspending, or I don't make enough. There's all kinds of excuses and doubts that fill our minds. But I want to try to be a voice that makes it easier. And a lot of people talk about what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, by the way. I'm not a financial coach. I am just a friend who is sharing her experience and hoping to build a community of women who support one another through this journey. This budgeting community is not just about who can save more and who has the most. Hi, Alice on IG. Alice, how are you? Who has the biggest emergency fund? It's not about that. It's not about the competition. What I love about the budget community within the YouTube space is that everyone is sharing their journey as a way to keep all of us motivated. And that's one of my main focuses here, is to keep us all motivated so we don't give up on our journey. Okay. And I have been, my friend Britt is here. Hi, Brittany. She's also a member who I'm just so grateful for, because again, when you sow seeds into this channel, when you're sowing seeds into my family, and I truly appreciate it. Somebody who has been on my mind recently, and that's Crystal from the Crystal Method. I'm going to try and share my screen so I can share her channel quickly, and also something she's done recently that I want to let you guys know about. So I think I can share this one. This is her channel. I hope you can see it because I've lost the vision of myself. And if you're on IG, it is the Crystal Method, KRYSTOLMETHOD. The Crystal Method. She has recently released a book. This is her YouTube channel. I'm going to try to go back and share where it is on Amazon. I have not been able to purchase her book yet. It is still in my cart. Right now, I'm not able to do it yet. That doesn't mean I'm not going to, but I want to shout her out because it takes a lot of guts, glory, whatever you want to call it, confidence to write something and to put something out there. This book is called The Afterlife, What to Do Before and After You Die. I think this is a very important book for all of us on a journey towards wealth building or just financial freedom, whatever that may mean for you. We should buy this book if you are looking to set things up for your children, your grandchildren, a charity, an organization, whatever. Know how to get your things in order even after you pass. It is not to be morbid. It's just to make sure that we are paying attention to the things that are most important. Okay. So I just wanted to share that. And I wanted Crystal, if Crystal happens to see this video, that I did not forget you. I did not forget you. All right. So what we need to start doing with our money. This is live at lunch. I can't eat while I'm live, obviously, but I'm having a Caesar salad and I'm also having little cookies. This is what I'm having for lunch today. So let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you're eating for lunch. And I'm going to talk through the points that I had written down in my vision and goals notebook. Okay. Hi D, I see you. How are you? We need to stop giving it away to people. And I'm not talking about charity. I'm not talking about your tithe. That is special if you have that spiritual principle. I'm not talking about giving to organizations that you believe in charity and things like that. I'm talking about giving it away to Nordstrom and wherever else you spend money if it's not benefiting you or helping you to reach your goals. I know that some of us might be in a position where we kind of, if you're like me, sometimes you get to a place where you get overwhelmed emotionally and you start spending. And it's like you want to go on Amazon and you start shopping, you fill up your cart and you buy. But we've got to stop giving our money away. That's one thing we need to stop doing. I know it's hard because it feels like sometimes FOMO hits some of us and the comparison, evil spirit, demon, whatever you want to call it, that comparison bug, that comparison sickness, it starts, you feel like, oh, I want this bag or I want this whatever. And it's like we start to buy our way to make us feel better. And that adrenaline rush is nice in the beginning, but after a while, if it's constantly happening and you're not seeing where you're breaking through in savings goals areas or wherever, then that's where you need to stop giving your money away to people, just giving it away to the rich, giving it away to these major companies without making sure you're getting something back on that investment. That's really important. And I'm not talking about taking care of yourself. If you also, like me, my biggest roadblock, I would say, is not being comfortable with spending money on myself, like getting my nails done or going out to get my hair done. I do my hair myself, and I think that's just a frugal way right now because I'm in this stage of life where I have to do my hair myself. But I don't like to spend money on myself sometimes, and I start to really like get anxious and get in my head and start thinking, oh God, I shouldn't have spent this money. But you have to take care of yourself. So when I say stop giving your money to people, stop emotionally spending, I'm not talking about doing the things that are necessary to take care of you. I'm talking about those things that you're constantly doing it, but you're probably doing it unconsciously in a sense. We're like, oh, I feel bad because I don't know, got an argument with my partner or my kids or something happened at work and I just went and bought this thing. Like we've got to be more mature, honestly. And I'm speaking to myself too, so I'm not trying to offend anybody, but we've got to be a little more mature, especially on this journey, because if we're trying to get somewhere in 3 years or reach a 3-year goal, we can avoid overspending, or we can avoid emotional spending for like 6 months. Can we do that? Can we try that, not to just give it all away? I'm going to highlight some comments, but I'm going to try to move through this because we're already 17 minutes in, I think, or 10 minutes in. The second thing is to stop seeing money as an issue. Okay? Because a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people type in the comments on certain finance videos, a lot of people say it online, that money is evil. And I am a Christian woman. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in his death, burial, and resurrection. That is my faith. That is our standard, our family standard. We stand on that foundation. But that doesn't mean that money, because we talk about it, or because we budget it, or because we share parts of our journey, that it's evil or wicked. Brittany says it's a tool. I see it there. It is a tool. It is something to use to build a foundation for your family or for your generations. And when I say a foundation, I'm not meaning it replaces your faith base. I mean, your grandchildren and their grandchildren could benefit from what we do with this money today. And it's not evil, and it's not a master. So one thing is, money is not supposed to be something that you allow to control you. We are supposed to be in control of it, because it can be anything, right? So that's important to remember. And forgive me if I haven't been looking at you on IG. If anybody is here, I appreciate you. And forgive me if I'm skipping out a little bit. I'm telling you, I hope that this week is not doing that, because I try my best to make sure I eliminated that option. So hopefully this is smooth. The third thing, what we need to stop doing with money is letting other people manage it. And this kind of ties into number one, because I talked about comparison. Comparison is an evil thing. It is evil because it pulls you away from your true purpose and your goals and what you want to accomplish. If you're holding up a mirror, but you're not facing it to you, you're facing it to someone else. And it's like that person or persons, whoever it is, if they are not, you may be holding that mirror up, but you can't see them clearly because you're looking at the image in the mirror, but you're not looking fully at the person and where they are. So bye, Brittany. Have a good day. So you can see in the mirror and you can see a portion of what's happening, but you can't see the full picture. And that means you're letting someone else dictate to you what you want to do with your money and where you want to go. And then you kind of lose track if you focus on what they're doing. I wouldn't let my neighbor, whom I care about, I think she's a great person, I wouldn't let her manage my money for me, because her heart is not the same as mine. And that doesn't mean that the neighbor is bad or whoever is bad. It means I have a certain set of goals. My husband and I have a certain set of goals. We have a vision. We have to be the one to manage it. And I'm not saying that we don't need community, because we definitely need community, right? One person is the head, the other person is the hand, somebody else is the leg. Everybody has a role to play. Everyone does their part in building up the community, but we're not putting their opinions up on a pedestal and letting them manage what we have to manage. And we can't avoid it by seeking validation from everybody. And I just want to clarify, I'm not saying that we don't need community, we don't need each other. What I'm saying is we have to, pull up our big girl panties, you know what I'm saying, and do what we need to do. I hope it's okay that I said that word. But that's what I mean. Like, I know for me personally, I've been contemplating how many challenges I want to do, people I want to support. There's so many people who have doing so many wonderful things in, within the budgeting space in YouTube. But I can't support everybody right now at this time. And what that means is I can't physically go out and just swipe my card and buy this from you and buy that from you. But I can hopefully do something to show my care and consideration. But I have to think about our goals. I can show appreciation for the products that people are creating, and the content that people are putting out, and the businesses that people are starting, the books that they're writing. All of those things are super important. But I have to remember that my goals have to come first, because we have to get somewhere. And in order to give abundantly, we have to be able to save well. We have to be able to keep our expenses low. We have to be able to put the proper things in place. Again, thinking about beneficiaries, thinking about wills and trust and all those things. We have to put those things in place. And then we can talk about, okay, we're going to support this one and that one. Our income right now supports where we are, and I'm going to budget specifically every month. I think you should do the same thing and not put pressure on yourself to let other people manage your pockets. I heard somebody say something once around tax time. They know it's tax refund time. So this one person, she was in the sales business, and she said, oh, this person got her tax refund. You know what? Oh, she just sold her property and she got like $500,000. Oh, I'm going to sell her this product and that product. She's already in her pockets. Before she even knows that the woman got this inheritance or got the proceeds from a property sale or got a refund from the government, she's already spending her money for her. Don't let people do that to you. Don't let people pressure you into feeling like you have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still your money. It is nice to be nice. It is nice to give. I love to give, and I love to give secretly. I don't like to, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's better that way, but you still have to manage your money yourself. You still have to stay focused on your goals, because if you don't fill your cup up, if you don't fill your bank account up, if you don't fill your investment portfolios up, you are no good to anybody. So don't let other people manage it. Get help when you need it. Get advice when you need it. Stay in the community, because remember, I heard a message once preached about community is like grass, right? You don't want to just see one blade pop up on the lawn, because that wouldn't look good. And that one blade is not going to survive the storm by itself, or the snowstorm, or the rainstorm, or the hail, whatever, or the extreme heat, the extreme cold. We need community. So multiple blades have to grow up to be strong, to be fortified. So some blades are in the front, some blades are in the middle, some blades are in the back, but we need that community because we all hold each other up. But you can't, one blade is not the exact same as the other, if that makes sense. We still have to be in our lane, stay in our role, and do what we need to do. Because once we're in a better, stronger position, then we can be of help to the others, right? Another thing we need to stop doing with our money is don't let it stop you from fulfilling purpose. And I don't know why I wrote you'd be surprised. I'm thinking it's because some people may feel I don't make enough money to budget or invest or save. I'm in a position where I don't have enough. It's like, don't let either the lack of it or the abundance of it cause you to not focus on fulfilling your purpose and reaching your goals. Because everybody on any income level can budget their money, can save their money, can invest their money, can give, a little bit charitable donations, things like that. You don't have to think, oh, I don't have enough. We need to be strategic. Again, we need community. We need to be held accountable. We need to be encouraged. We need to be uplifted. We need to be prayed over and prayed for. But we shouldn't let either the lack of it, again, I'm saying, because people say, oh, I lack of anything. We have the ability to work and to earn. Once we have that, we can do it. And I know it seems hard. Life is hard. I'm telling you, for me, life is hard, but it's not impossible to still fulfill your purpose. So don't let it stop you from doing what you need to do. We just have to find ways to get through it. And God gave each of us a grace and a gift to get wealth. And for me, that's a biblical principle. You may not believe that, but I do. We have the ability, we have the power to get it. But each of our journeys looks a little different, right? It doesn't mean it's not possible. Another thing we need to stop doing with our money is letting it control us. Okay? One thing that we can do is automate savings. And even if you don't want to budget per se, so if you're watching this video, you've never seen me before, I budget all the time. I set up a budget every week. I revisit the budget. I close it out every week. I track expenses. I'm doing it all because I realize if I don't stay on top of it, I will fall off, and then I won't be accountable anymore. And I won't even help my family reach the goals that we want to reach. My husband doesn't want to actually budget. He will set the standard for the family and he'll set the goals and all of that, but he's not going to sit down and track expenses. And he's just like, yeah, we have this much, and what are you going to do with it? I am the one doing it, right? And if I stop because I feel like we can't, then we just forfeit that vision. That vision just disappears because we're not doing what we need to do. So if you don't want to budget, though, if that's not where you are right now, if you feel like I'm not ready, you can take the smallest baby step by automating your savings. The very first thing I did when my husband and I agreed that we were going to actually put on paper a budget and set goals for savings and all of that, we transfer $5 automatically every week from our checking to our savings. That is the one thing we did to get started. That's not a lot, but it adds up over time. So if you're like, okay, I know I have credit card debt or have loans or have student loans, and October is coming up and apparently student loans are going to be in repayment, $5 a week. Let that be the start. And then you can move into, okay, let me track expenses next. Don't let money control you. Don't let it pull you into a fearful place, and don't let it put you in a position where you feel like um, life can't happen either, because life does happen, but we can still show up for ourselves. We can still manage it. We can still stand on faith and not let fear um, bring us to a place where we don't even look at the money. We don't even look at the statements. We don't even look at where our money is parked to. Another interjection, something I'm thinking about, because I know there's been a lot of talk out there in the news about banks shutting down and closing. Diversifying our money is important. And that's one thing I started to do immediately. When I signed up, or when I applied to become a notary public, the first thing I did was open a separate account, a high yield savings account that I didn't know was a high yield savings account at the time. And I started putting all the money there. Not because I was trying to hide it or anything. My husband knew about it, but I started putting money there because I said, if we just put all this money in one bank, anything could happen, right? And if we don't have access to it and we need it, and that's a problem. So that was 2018, I think. And I said, no, we have to diversify. We have to start putting it in different banks. Research, make sure it's DIC insured, make sure you have access to it, and find different ways to put your money in something that is not all in one place. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. And that leads me to the next tip was to not letting your money work for you is a problem. Make sure your money is working for you. Make sure it's working in your high yield savings account. Make sure it's working. If you're putting it in an envelope because you're saving up to pay your car insurance for 6 months, or you're saving up for your kids' graduation, then leave it there. Don't dip into it. Let it sit there. If you're going to open up a CD, CDs have good rates right now, especially with online banks. I just opened on one with Ally, and I shared it on IG. So if you're not following me on IG, on Instagram, please follow me there. Please make sure you like and follow. I shared it in my stories, I think last week. I opened up a CD because the rates are great with Ally. And so Ally, you can sponsor me because I use you all the time. But it's a good place to think about making sure your money is working for you. Not everybody can put $100,000 into investments and things like that. That's your thing. And this is not investment advice. I'm just sharing my opinions, okay? But find out how to make your money work for you. And so it can work a little harder for you than you're working for it, because you still have to live life abundantly, right? And the last thing that I wrote here is to not let money stress you. Oh, and enjoy the wealth building journey. Snow Gardener 307 budgets. I know I've been missing a lot going on in the live chat. It's hard to follow that and still stay focused on what I'm doing. I don't know what you're excited about, but I can tell you this. I watched Marlene's videos with her Pay It Forward for Liz. If you're not following Liz, please go and follow her. If you're not following Marlene Marlene is just a beautiful person. Please follow her. But I've been watching her videos, and she shared her debt update recently. I think it was the 3-year update, right? And she keeps it real, right? She keeps it real. I appreciate that because people on a journey, if you're on a public platform like this and you're basically promoting yourself, you're selling yourself and you're selling your journey, but you're doing it in a way that shows that you are authentic and people can relate, because some people fall back into something and they get there. It's a journey. It's not like you reach your destination and you have no more debt ever, or you don't ever have some slips and falls. You don't ever get knocked back a little bit, but you keep moving forward. That is what people need to see. That's what I need to see. So what I'm trying to do is make sure I'm presenting what I need to see, in hopes to pull the same people in to say, hey, you've got this. I know you might have, maybe you swiped your credit card one too many times and you said, oh, I'm budgeting the money, but then you made some miscellaneous expenditures and now you have to pay this back, but I'm pulling you back. And Marlene was doing that with her video, and I thought it was amazing. Don't let money stress you out. It is not meant to stress you out. We have to be in control of it. And even at life's most ridiculous things happening, right? Thank you, Kathy. Let them know. Let them know. #ally. Even at life's most ridiculous things happening, you still got this. If God has you and God gave you the gift and God gave you the idea, you can still reach that goal. Right now, so you guys know, those of you who are watching me either on IG or on YouTube, one of the main focuses of our budget right now is to get ahead of our bills. I haven't shared our emergency fund update in a while because we have been using some of it because, again, life has just been lifing. But I haven't stopped putting money towards the emergency fund. We just got knocked back a little bit. But the focus of the budget right now is to see if we can start preparing for things ahead of time, because inflation is hitting every part of our budget right now. But we're doing everything we can to manage it and stay on top of it. And I hope with me sharing it, it encourages you to stay on top of it yourself, because why would you want to start a journey and not see it all the way through with the ups and the downs? There's so many people on here who have eliminated their debt. They've bought homes. They have taken their savings to new heights. And those things should be the focus when life kind of hits you with a right hook. You understand? I was focusing on the wrong things for a long time. I was focusing on the fact that the budget has pretty much been the same. The money that we were budgeting, let's say a year ago, before, my boss passed away and I lost that job, is different from what we have right now. And because we have to use less of the income just so we can have that little cushion, I'm going to budget with that least amount regardless. But I'm always doing the best I can to make it stretch, because I definitely want to be a good steward. And so what I looked at, though, is like, oh my gosh, when we started, we had $50 in our savings. And that was all we had. Like there was nothing else. There were no sinking funds. I call them purpose funds. You guys know me, but there were no sinking funds. There was no emergency fund. There was no next month's bills or 1 month ahead. It was $50. And that was in 2019. And I shared that video on YouTube. That was probably the first or the second video that I posted on this channel. And when I look back at that, and I measure where we are right now, we are in a much better place than we were 4 years ago now. 2021, 22. Yeah, 4 years ago. We're not where we want to be ideally, but we are in a much better place. So when we have little emergencies that pop up and life happens, it's an inconvenience more than it is a catastrophe. So I just want you to know that if you start saving $5 a week and you think that's nothing, that's where we started. And we were doing that for more than a year, maybe 2 years, before we got to a place where we knew what bills were due. We were able to reduce some things. We were able to cut out credit card debt. We cut out the student loans in August of 2021. So I can tell you, this budgeting thing, this expense tracking thing, people might find it boring or uneventful or whatever, but it works. And investing, we started investing in 2020. In March of 2020, the first investment I made was in Microsoft. I worked for I'm going to tell you this. Cuz we've been on for a while and I haven't gotten to the comments, but I promise you I'm getting to them really quick. But I worked for an investment bank, a major bank, back before the 2007-2008 recession. I was in my 20s, okay? Um it was a well-paid job. But then before, I think it was February or somewhere between February or March of 2007. Yeah, they laid us off. They laid the whole department off because everything, the market was tanking and everything was bad. I got a severance package. I had thousands of dollars in a 401k. I had no understanding of how to use it. I read the paperwork. Oh, you can roll it over. You can get an individual IRA because the job was over. I had Cobra, so they were paying my health insurance for up to 6 months. But what did I do with the thousands and thousands of dollars? Multiple, I think it was like $4,000 or $5,000. I was in my 20s. I don't know where that money is now. If I left it there, or if I continued to invest it on my own, that could have been major for me right now. But I didn't do that. So wipe the slate clean. In my 30s, I started investing. My first investment was in Microsoft. And since then, we have been investing consistently. Right now, it's not as much, but we are earning dividends, which is reinvesting for us. So if you think you can't start with one share, one stock, if you think you can't start with $5, you are wrong. I'm telling you. Start there and watch it build. That's all I wanted to say. So I'm going to go through the comments quickly, see if I can catch up. I can't. Tuber Chat was here. Hey, thank you so much for showing up. I saw your name, but I don't think I clicked on the right comment. There we go. Thank you for showing up. Again, I hope I'm not skipping. And let me see what Marlene said back here. I know I'm late. The community is everything. I wouldn't have been able to do what we did for Liz without the community. I gave my time and energy for the pay it forward, and others gave financially. That's a blessing. And it is a blessing to be a blessing. Okay, where are we? Shalise is here. Hi, Shalise. She's one of the most just amazing people. It's been 9 years for us. Got to stay on the journey, even with hiccups. You have to ride, learn how to ride. Even if you fall off, you just keep going because it's worth it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Shalise is definitely a true inspiration. She inspires me tremendously. When I first started, maybe I think it was 2001, I was doing a Financial Fridays series, and she was one of the first guests who came on to collaborate with me. And I'm telling you, I think I have the playlist still on my channel if you want to go back and watch it. But there were some nuggets that were shared and some seeds that were sown to help people who are starting on their journey or who are feeling like it's not working and they want to give up. You can get real inspiration here. And she's one of those people who really gives that true to life inspiration. Oh my gosh, credit cards. I remember I maxed out my credit card so much I couldn't even get one. So when life happened, I was just like embarrassed. I wanted to put a sheet over my face and just hide somewhere. So we've come a long way, right? We've come a long, long way. All right, you guys. I hope that this was not too painful. Thank you to everybody who logged in on IG. I appreciate you. I saw Suns and Roses. I saw Desiree log in here. Thank you so much. I hope that it went smoothly. I hope when I watch the replay, it's not like skipping all over the place because my connection is supposed to be direct and it's supposed to flow easily. Again, I'm coming out of my comfort zone a little bit, my comfort zone. When I get nervous, I kind of stumble over my words. I'm coming out of my comfort zone and I'm actually stepping forward into who I am. I have some special things that I'm going to share soon, probably next week, that I plan on doing because this year is going to be my 4th decade in the earth. And later on this year, I want to have a huge celebration in honor of that, and I want to do some giveaways. So I hope that everybody who's watching, either watching this live or watching the replay, has your bell notification on so you don't miss it, because I am not going to be like promoting the giveaway, and the special thing that I'm planning is going to be like regular somewhere in those videos. So if you would like to follow the journey, if you would like to see what that's all about, if you would like to celebrate with me, please make sure your bell notification is on. And I appreciate you for being here, Marlene. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will, oh, good, I'm not skipping. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. All right. So that is it for today. I'm trying to keep this under 40 minutes because I'm a mom and I still have a long list of things to do, but I appreciate you. And I love being here. I love that you have supported me the way you have. Don't forget to like the live before you leave, and have a great rest of the day. Oh, 35 minutes. It looks like 35 minutes and 48 seconds so far, but I'm looking at the time. It says 12:42. So yeah, I'm talking to Shalise. It's 35 minutes. I want to have more lives during the week, but that's going to come in June, and I'll talk to you guys about that too. So, you're asking about my age, 40. Yeah, 4 decades on the earth. Praise the Lord. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to thank you so much. You made me feel so good. Oh my gosh. Look at that. She gave me a compliment. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I will talk to you guys next week. I have already scheduled each live for Thursdays. So if you have not seen it yet, maybe I don't know if you'll see it if you go to my page, so you can hit that notify me so you don't miss it. Okay. And I can't wait to talk to you guys then. Thank you so much for being here. Continue to mind your money, y'all. Manage it well and live your lives abundantly. I love you. Bye-bye.